So the opposing team gets a penalty. We look at each other, we're excited, we know they're coming in. The door opens, we look them in the eye, we wait till they sit down, then we look at each other and we bang on the glass.
We consider it welcoming them into the box. When they get there, we like to bang and make sure they feel known and welcome. We want to make sure that they are having as fun as we are.
Tradition isn't born or given, it's earned. Tradition takes time. It's passed down from generation to generation. After 23 seasons, the Sioux Falls Stampede know a thing or two about tradition, and so do their fans. Sometimes tradition comes in the form of an enduring love affair, which is the case with season ticket holders Claire and Stephen Holtz. While they met at church, it's hockey that's holier than thou for the Holtzes.
I used to attend regularly with my daughter, and then she got married and had a little baby. So I had an empty season seat, which I was not going to give up. So I started inviting people from my church group, and he was available a lot of times and would come. Well, I told him once we started actually dating that he had to love God, love hockey, and love me. And he goes, "Hockey before you?" And I said, yes, because if you fake it, this ain't gonna work.
If the Holtzes' relationship has a third wheel, it has four hooves, as not only was their first date at a Stampede game, Stephen even proposed at center ice.
One of the things that we do is, because though we sort of met here, had our first date here, he proposed down on the ice. We then eloped the next month, and the day we eloped was the 26th. So pretty much every jersey we get, we try to get the 26th as a memory of what the Stampede means to us and what our relationship has developed because of it.
For over a decade, whenever the Stampede were looking for a jolt, it's been supplied by Max Honke, a.k.a. Cotton-Eyed Joe. It's a tradition that began with an unlikely spark.
A couple of ladies told me they'd give me a hot dog if I got up and did it.
For real?
For real.
And then how did it become something you ended up doing every game?
I have no idea, I just did it.
How were the hot dogs?
They were good. Ended up with two of them.
Two girls or two hot dogs?
Two hot dogs.
Cotton-Eyed Joe's jersey twirl has inspired an army of kids impersonating him, helping get the squad fired up for the third period.
Everybody that comes to a Stampede game knows who Cotton-Eyed Joe is. If you look at a game, I mean, we have kids all over the place in the arena taking their shirts off, waving it around, and it's just hilarious. Fans know it's coming, and every game it's a huge hit, and also kind of becomes our rally song too. If it's late in the game, we need to get a goal or need to try and finish the game off, we might get that song going again and gets the fans really riled up.
When it comes to Stampede superfans, there's nobody like the McMartins, because it's not a Stampede game unless Grandpa Joe and Grandma Sally are in attendance.
Our granddaughter was really into hockey, and she got us to go to a couple games, and we can't stop.
People will say, "Why are you still sitting there when we're behind 7 or 8 points, whatever?"
Yeah.
I said, "This is my team. I support them, whether they win or lose."
Lifelong fans like Grandpa Joe and Grandma Sally are hard to come by. They're part of the team, and Grandpa Joe has the hardware to prove it.
Yeah, they took me into the locker room and had to get down on my knees and drink out of a slurp cup, you know, and then they put a championship t-shirt over top.
Talent also builds tradition, and two faces carved into the stone of the Stampede's Mount Rushmore are alumni Nate Prosser and Thomas Fanek. Both players are proud to have worn the Stampede sweater.
My entire hockey life, my favorite 2.5 years of hockey was in Sioux Falls. I loved everything about it. It helped me grow up as a man. I got out of the house, away from my parents, into a really cool billet home. And I love just focusing in on hockey and trying to develop your game for that next level of college. Those years were so important for me. I went there at 17 and stayed till I was 20. So I went in there Colorado College at 20. I don't think I could have jumped from high school to college like some players can. I needed those years to build strength, build speed, work on certain aspects of my game, and there's no better spot than USHL in those days.
Well, I was a 15-year-old kid who came to Sioux Falls who really didn't have any idea where Sioux Falls is. I knew about South Dakota coming from Europe, but I fell in love with it so quickly. I mean, the city was tremendous. It was amazing. It was really good memories as a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid.
Tradition is bigger than hockey, and tonight the Stampede hosts their annual Take My Jersey Night, which began with a free t-shirt giveaway for kids. The Stampede welcomed back the true definition of a diehard fan, as after a fight with COVID, longtime supporter Sean Erickson's miracle comeback is complete as he returns to the Denny to drop the ceremonial puck at center ice.
Feels great to be out here.
Game-worn Stampede jerseys are being raffled off benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and children and families that might otherwise not have been able to attend are given tickets to the game. Tradition is built day by day. And tonight, as the Stampede finish another season, they'll start new beginnings for fans of all ages, proving again that no matter the outcome, the Stampede will always have each other's back and give you everything they've got. Just like the community they play for. Which is why here in Sioux Falls, it's always Stampede season.
Yeah, you talk.
Do whatever you normally do.
You wouldn't want to know all of that. Nope.